All right, Rob G, can you set the table with this Bronny story?
Absolutely, Rob. Nothing more I love than set the table for you.
I'm just saying.
Yes, sir, master, sir. All right, here we go.
Oh, wow.
Yesterday.
Did you hear that? He said master.
Racist.
Oh, my God.
Racist.
This man
You heard me
said-
with that.
Hey, you know what's worse is Dubs making me go get his chicken during the commercial break.
Oh,
That's
wow.
crazy. That sounded crazy.
That's got to be racist.
Steve, stop laughing over there.
You know that's against the rules.
I
When
know.
I first came here, I was told very
Rob got written up.
right. Do not ask the interns or people to go get food. Like,
First
They're
off,
like,
Rob G ain't no
is
intern.
a paid employee. He can go get me
Secondly,
some chicken.
he ain't going to get it. He just ordered it for me. And thank you. And third, quit being a snitch. Snitches get stitches out here, son.
I'm just
All right,
telling
guys.
you.
So this story kind of got buried, honestly, with what's going on here in the NBA. Over the weekend, a Western Conference executive spoke to Athlon Sports about Bronny James. And during the conversation, he said, quote, that he expects Bronny to be a regular in the rotation next season. 10, 15 minutes. Talked about his offseason growth from summer league to start of the season and the end of the regular season. So he's expecting that Bronny is going to be getting regular minutes with the big club next year. What's interesting about that is Bronny, soon as he was drafted, became the poster child for nepotism in sports. Well, flash forward to yesterday, Monday, news broke out of Utah that Danny Ainge, the CEO of the Utah Jazz, has hired his son, Austin Ainge, to be the new president of basketball ops. Now, you think that might be a coincidence, except every major basketball-related job that Austin Ainge has ever had in his career has been with his father. So, guys, here's the question. Why is it that Bronny James is the poster child for nepotism while Austin Ainge seems to fly under the radar?
For me, this goes back to the conversation we were having when Bronny was drafted. I completely can understand people's frustration. You know, he wasn't even that great in college. I understood that. I got it. But the idea that LeBron James, what he's meant to the league, what he means currently even to the league, would not help his son get drafted, to me, was crazy. And I mentioned then, it happens all the time. It happens with coaches. It happens with guys who are behind staffers, you know, in the executive offices. It happens with lawyers. It happens with so many people. That's just part of life, literally. It can be, hey, I went to college with Bob. Bob is now a lawyer. My son wants to go to in a law firm. Hey, Bob, take care of my son. That's just a part of life. They also say your net worth is sometimes and most often determined by your network, meaning where you're going to go depends on who you know. And so to me, I just think that was kind of par for the course. And if we had the opportunity again, if you're talking about with Bronny, the 55th pick, which doesn't often amount to anything, why not give him a shot if you were the Lakers? So to me, I didn't quite understand the outrage. If he was a lottery pick, I'd be like, oh, I totally get it. All right, settle down. He's not all that. If he was a top 10 pick, a top 20 pick, but the 55th pick didn't really bother me. And again, my point then was, Rob, this happens all the time in life.
No, it doesn't.
And it
doesn't.
It happens. It
does
literally
not.
just happened right there.
It's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Between working a job where people do nepotism is bad. So I'm the first one to say it. What Danny Ainge is doing is bad. Nepotism is bad. A lot of companies won't even allow it because it is bad. I don't believe the Utah Jazz should hire Danny Ainge's son. So I'll be the first one on the record. But when it comes to athletics and you having to compete to get on the field, the reason that this country is 70% white and the NBA 75% black is because you have to earn your way onto the field. Okay? If NBA owners wanted to do it and just put white guys on the league and say the country's 70% white, I don't care how good black players are, I'm just going to hire white players because those are the people who are buying the tickets and coming to the games, and I don't care. No, sports has never been that once they've decided that they were going to allow black people to compete fairly and honestly, once they broke the color barrier. So it's a disservice to everybody who puts on a uniform, who has to compete. Michael Jordan owned a damn team. He didn't put his two sons on the team. He could have. Jerry Jones owns the Dallas Cowboys. He could have put his sons on the team and said, what does it matter? They're only the last guys on the end of the bench. People would be outraged. It's a disgrace. Anybody who's ever played sports and had to compete for a spot, for a guy to put their kid on it, it happens all the time, and it's wrong. It's wrong in Little League. It's wrong in high school. It's wrong in college. And it's wrong in the pros. Anybody who's honest, the only reason that people didn't go out and go off on LeBron is because he's a star. And they don't want the wrath or be able to say, well, LeBron stopped me from doing this, or I can't get tickets to the Lakers, or like they're afraid. If this was anybody else, if this was anybody other than LeBron James, he'd be ridiculed trying to get his son in the NBA. We saw it down with Urban Meyer trying to get Tim Tebow a job as a tight end. Right? His next door neighbor, his friend. And the player said, F no, he's no good. There's 20 kids in college who played tight end who deserve that job. And what happened? Tim Tebow didn't get a job because it wasn't right. And Bronny's not right, and he proved this year he's not ready. He's not ready for the NBA. He's a marginal player at best. I refuse to sit here and act like it's okay. It ain't the same thing as a job. If I own a store or I own something, that you people hire people all the time. It still ain't right. I just said that from the jump.
Okay.
Nepotism ain't right.
Okay.
Unless you own a family store and you can hire whoever you want if it's your business. You can.
Well, first off, the Lakers are a family business. Let's start there. The Lakers are a family-run business. Also, the best part about it is you're acting as if you couldn't name me 3-4 players that came out of that draft. Do you know how many players in that draft we'll never hear from again?
I want you to name me another player who put their son who wasn't worthy. Name one.
I just let you talk.
Name one. You can't. You can't. That's never been done.
I just let you talk and yell. You done? Okay, thanks. So you can't name me another player in that draft outside of 1 or 2 players. The draft was not good. There were not great players, and especially in the second round with a bunch of guys who we will never hear from again. So that happens all the time where you get a guy who's not that great and you're taking him on potential or you're taking him on some type of connection. That happens all the time. So to act as if that's some anomaly, it's not. Do you know how many second-round picks are nothing but hopes? This kid's coming from this country. Well, he's 6'8". We're hoping he might grow. He's only 19. He might grow 3 more inches, and you take him on a whim. You never even seen him play basketball. And it happens all the time. So the idea that the Lakers don't do a solid to their star player and go get a kid who is his son who played locally here at SC, well, that is crazy to me.
Did he play, or was he on the team?
He did not. He did play, number one. He did not get to his full potential.
And he did not play well.
Why didn't he?
That wasn't worth it. I don't know. He came back and played. I know he had an incident, but that doesn't.
Exactly. So he had an incident. So you're saying, I know he's better than what we just saw.
No, I don't know that. I don't know that.
You know he's better than what he just saw.
No, I don't know that.
So the act that if it's a big deal, but when Danny Ainge does it, people act like it's not a big deal.
It ain't the same.
It's not. It's exactly the same.
It ain't the same because you have to try out for the on the field.
You know what it's called when you know anything is called an audition. It's called an interview.
No, it ain't.
You have to audition and interview.
I'm telling you that what Danny Ainge did is wrong. I'll tell you that. Okay,
that's fine.
Not what Jerry Jones did. Jerry Jones owns the team. He has a right to hire his family if he owns the business. LeBron doesn't own the Lakers.
The Lakers are a family business. No,
LeBron doesn't own the Lakers. He didn't do right. He did a disservice. It's disgraceful. It's disgraceful.
And I'm blown away that you actually are that mad about something that is disgraceful. There's a 1.5 million things we can talk about disgraceful in this country or things that go on. That is
Nepotism.
Not one of them.
That's what stopped black people from getting jobs forever. We could never get into places because people were hiring their cousins and their friends. I'm talking from experience, man. It ain't right.
Well, if you want to,
it ain't right.
If you want to go,
and it ain't right with LeBron and Bronny. Okay. It ain't right with Danny Ainge and his kid. It ain't right. I told you when Bill Belichick hired his kid down at North Carolina. It ain't right.
Okay, so that's going to happen for eternity because people hire people they know. Duh. Just like you get so many people internships. People you know. Hey, I know a kid who looks hard. He'd have a great opportunity. You throw them a lob.
They're not related to me. They're not related. My nephew does not work at Fox Sports Radio.
I don't know what he wants to do. I don't know what your nephew wants to do.
They're not related
what I'm
to
saying
me.
is you know people and you throw them lobs.
They're not related
That's a
to me.
part of life.
It ain't the same thing. It's wrong.
Part of life.
That's why there's a lot of companies you can't hire relatives for that reason.
That's fine. But
why do they do that then? If it's fine, why do you think they do that? I'm asking you.
I'm saying it has happened from the beginning of time.
No, why is there company policy? Explain it to me. Why would it be?
Know.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
Why can't you have sex with people?
Wait, whoa.
No, I'm asking you.
I don't know how we got there.
Yeah, because you know what? How many people have lost jobs because they have sex with subordinates? It's the same thing. Why is that legislated?
I don't know how that is the same thing at all.
It is.
Wielding your power to have sex with somebody is not the same as hiring somebody I know at all.
It's the reason that you shouldn't do it, because you also alter other people's lives at the job by doing stuff like that. It's not fair. Someone worked their whole life for an opportunity and you hire their son. I don't think I would feel good about that.
Okay.